Hello, everyone. So we're going to cover chapter 11. Um, and chapter 11 is just continuing from chapter 10, Excel, and we will be using Excel to create a plot. Now, here's your, we've already gone over graphing, mostly graphic terminology. If not, we'll go over a little bit more. And then basically what I want to do is just show you how to create a plot. And there's multiple plots you can use in Excel if you haven't used Excel before. Okay. So let's just look at this. All right. So you have your horizontal axis and you have your vertical axis. All right. So you should all know that this is your horizontal axis, which is typically your X, your variable. And then your Y, which usually is your dependent. This is your independent variable. This is your dependent variable. This Y is typically dependent upon this independent variable. All right. Not really going to jump into all of those other things. I really just want to find an example, and we can start plotting. Let's see. These are just look at the book. I might have examples I can use the book. Because really just want to do a plot. And I might just make up some numbers. Yeah, let's just do that. Just make up some numbers. Let me see. The book offers. Yeah, the book has some. So if you, chapter 11, and we can do, fine. Yeah, let's do this one. So chapter 11, we do concentration. All right, so we do concentration. So this is chapter 11, review question. Just letting me know the previous Zoom file is recorded. All right, so what we'll do is do time, and we'll do it in minutes. Time, we'll do it in minutes, then we'll do compound A and compound B, and then we'll make a plot. All right. So pull up Excel, create a new sheet. Now, labeling is always important in Excel. Labeling is always very important. So for time, we'll type in time. And then it is variable T, which don't particularly need to do that, but the units are minutes. All right. So we'll type in minutes for our units, because that's important, especially when you're redoing this thing, somebody else is possibly going to, look over the data. And you go compound A, C sub A. And the way you do subscripts, if I highlight this and I right click, or I can just come up here, font, and I can go subscript and click OK. And notice how it becomes a subscript. And then I can increase that cell. It's another way that we could do that, and I'll show you a little bit. Compound B, CB, parentheses, highlight that. This, that over there. Um, There's a quick way to do this, but let me see if I hover over it. Format cells. Yeah, there we go. Click format cells, and then you can get to your subscript that way as well. All right. Now, see how this cell is not, it's covering, it's going over into your D cell or D row. You can come over here to format, and you can format your height. You can also format your column width. All right, let's do auto format column width. And notice how it automatically formats those widths. All right. And you can also format your heights. So for this one, we have 26, we have 55, 90, 150 minutes. And so for compound A, it was 0.135. And then at 55 minutes, it was 0.11, 0. And it was 90, 0. All right, and if you want, you can also format your decimal places. So if you come over here, this decreases your decimal place. If you come over here, it increases it. And now it went too far because you want 3. So you can just click this arrow here. It shows you, I want it to be a number, and I want it to be 3 decimal places. But this is a category. So if it's general, you can come and say, oh, I want it to just be general. So now it's a number. You can change the currency, accounting, date, time, percentages, fractions, etc., etc. The scientific notation, we don't want that. So, and then you have alignment. It's just, want to create a border around these. So many other ways, things we could do. But for now, we're just going to change the decimal place. And then I'll do the same thing for compound B. Then changing them to numbers. And I want 3 decimal places. All right. And then that's that. Now let's create a plot. So what we would do is we would go to data. Got it. And let's see. Oh, sorry. We will not go to data. We will go to insert. We will go to insert. Now here are all of your variation of plots. So you have recommended charts. You have those charts. You have insert line or area chart. You have insert scatter or bubble chart. And so you're either going to be one of these two. All right. So let's start with this one. And we can do it without a line going through the numbers, scatter plot, or we can do a line going through the scatter plot, smooth with lines and markers. All right, let's try that. Select my data. So you go to chart range, add, and select series name. You can name it here or you can wait. Let's just wait. So let's select our X. We're going to select time to be our X. And then we'll select first Y, and it'll be compound A. You can just hit enter. And then you can hit OK. You want to add another series. And then you're going to go time. Enter. And then your Y, compound B. And then you're going to go OK. And then you're done. You go OK, bam, chart title. And you can just say time versus compound A and B. Right? And so what you do, you select this. Right? The reason why I said we'll label it later, because we can come over here and we can choose our chart type. No, no, not that. We can come over here, quick layout, and we can choose our layout type. Oh, man, y'all haven't even seen it. Let me change this up because you have not seen what I was doing. All right, now we're cooking. And so we'll delete that and see it. So I typed in, I'm creating my titles. Right, so time, compound A, compound B. And I know you didn't notice, see how I did my subscripts, but what I did, I highlighted that letter. I clicked the drop arrow from font and I did subscript. And I did it again for B. So you're gonna hear me say this twice. All right, you heard it earlier, now you hear it again. So subscript. All right, now you heard me say increasing these decimal places. So you can come and you can click it here, right? So you can increase decimal or you can decrease decimal here. All right, that decreases, that increases. But if you hit this drop down arrow, you have these columns or you have these tabs: number, alignment, font, border, field protection. So you can change your number type. You can change the number to general, number, currency, accounting, date, time, percentage, et cetera, et cetera. You can change the scientific fraction, either or, but currently we're using number. You can also increase your decimal place here, right? Right now, currently we're using 3, and that's where that stands, okay? And that's how I did those things, and now you get to see it and you've heard it. Cancel, we're not saving anything. Not sure where that came from. All right, now, now we want to create a plot. And so what you want to do is you want to go to your menu bar and you're going to hit insert. And you have all of these chart types, right? You can do a line chart type, but typically in engineering we do a scatter plot, and we do scatter plot with smooth lines and markers. Okay. And so once you click on this chart, then you can also change your location of this chart. But for now, I'm going to leave it right here on the page. And so what you're going to do here, you're going to come to select data or data, however you prefer to say it. And so what I was saying earlier, you're going to have your series name. We're not going to name it just yet. So we'll just select our X value, which is time. It's an independent value, and I'll just hit enter. And you come to Y, and I'm going to select compound A. And then I'll hit enter. All right, and so there goes my first plot. And then I'll click OK. And now I want to add another series, and I won't name it yet. And so I'll choose time again. And then I'll click enter. Then I'll come over here and I'll select compound B. I'll select enter, and then I'll click OK. And now I'm done with this, so I'll click OK. And so if I double click onto this chart title right here, I can say time versus A and B. All right, so that labels your series, time versus compound A and B. Now, if I click back onto this chart and I come over here to quick layouts, I can give it a legend, right? And also now I can come and format my axis. So I can go compound A, and B. And then I can come over here and update my legend. I can change that too. So you could change it to the one you want to do. All right. So now it's on series 1, series 2. All right. So if you come over here and you edit, and you say edit, and then I'm going to go down back, and then I'll come over here and I'll edit down. And you also can come up here and select this, right? I can go. Enter, and then I can click OK. And I click OK. So now they're labeled. So I got compound A, compound B. And yes, no, it didn't. It didn't make the subscripts on my legend, which is fine. And then here, I can come in time. Go T. I can just use T. And I can place minutes. And then you're done. That's it. That's how you do a plot. And you can move your plot. If you right click on your plot, right click, you can move your chart to a new sheet, or you can leave it as an object. So if you go to new sheet, click OK, and it becomes a new sheet. And you can send it back as well. Move your chart back, object, click OK, and it's back. All right. If you have any questions, please email me. If not, well, thank you for listening.